Nick Vujicic's story is an inspiring one for us all. He was born without arms and legs, which is unfortunate and can be sad at times. However, Nick does not see disability as a sign of defeat, but as a triumph, and as a symbol of limitless possibilities. This inspirational story has changed many lives, and Nick continues to do so to this day. Luckily for you, Manna member, we have produced a video of Nick Vujicic, The Purpose of Life. Are you feeling lost? Hopeless? Still in search of your purpose in life? Well, get ready to be inspired, be changed, and find life's purpose with this video. Nick Vujicic set the Nordic Business Forum 2017 conference off with a powerful and inspiring message. He started by sharing a photo of his family of four, along with the happy news that he and his wife, Manna, are expecting identical twin girls in December. This humbling introduction set the scene for Vujicic's story of how he overcame impossible hurdles to achieve unimaginable success, proving that luck is only part of what makes people successful. However, many challenges are impossible to overcome. Life is full of upswings and downs. Without arms or legs, Vujicic faced constant bullying and teasing when he was at school that left him feeling depressed. When he was 10 years old, he attempted suicide. But when Vujicic faced hard times and turned them into learning opportunities, his life began to change. He said that number one mistake people make in life is forgetting to be thankful, even when things are going badly. An attitude of gratitude is the first foundational piece for me to be living my life the way I live it, he explained. Despite his physical limitations, Vujicic always experienced moments of happiness in his life. His parents taught him to be grateful at a young age, encouraging him to do his best with what he had, rather than complaining about what he lacked. In spite of the challenges faced as a result of having no arms and legs, Vujicic's motivational speeches have impacted millions worldwide by helping them discover their strength. Fear is more crippling than not having arms or legs, he would tell his audiences. Vujicic did not lose faith or let fear take over when he found out about his birth defect. Instead, he put management of the family-owned hardware store in the hands of trusted employees, joined their other son Luca on a construction project in Nidi, Romania, and pursued a double degree in accounting and financial planning. He had been speaking for only 1 year when his speaking career took off. Because of his disability, Vujicic found it hard to get the kind of education he wanted for himself. From an early age, he focused on educating himself and then complained about the system that denied him a more formal education. He was able to meet 17 presidents and prime ministers, convince 10 governments to change laws in their society about integrating special needs children into the education system, and start a non-profit organization that raised $1 million for the poor and underprivileged. Still, as Vujicic says, I am not an achiever. Because he underlined that if we anchor our happiness to temporary things, such as drugs, sex, and fortune, our ultimate happiness will also be temporary. Failure is an important part of life that you need to take with the right perspective. After moving to the United States, Vujicic was making good money from speaking, but he wanted to diversify his income. He started 6 different projects and took on too much. The result was that he lost all his money in 2011. He said it was shocking, hard, and depressing. At the time, he had been dating his now wife for 3 months and was worried she would leave him if things continued like this. Fortunately, after just a few months, she decided to stay with him and support them by getting a nursing job. Through the fires, you see what's most important, he noted, adding that you can draw strength from finding and understanding your purpose in life. You can also give love to yourself and believe that you have the power to make this world a better place. At this point, Vujicic turned to the audience and encouraged them to find the answers to these questions. What is your purpose? Who are you? What do you want? It can be hard to find a purpose in life. At the age of 17, Vujicic knew he wanted to help society. One thing that had helped him get on his path was when he told his story at his high school to a janitor he did not know very well. The janitor encouraged Vujicic and said he would be a speaker one day. Vujicic did not know it then, but this was one of the best things anyone had ever said to him. 3 months later, Vujicic prepared his first speech in front of 6 students. These kids were from the school that a janitor had noticed. When he finally started speaking, he simply did so from the heart. The small audience was so touched that they stayed for the entire 15-minute speech. When he was just 21 years old, Tony Vujicic went all in on becoming a public speaker. With no marketing skills and nothing to show for any speaking experience, Vujicic began cold calling public schools and was eventually able to secure his first speaking gig. Though it took him time to hone his sales pitch, he ultimately became an internationally renowned speaker with multiple best-selling books published and millions of followers online. Nick's been rejected 52 times, but that does not stop him. He keeps refining his techniques and striving to become the best person he can be. Eventually, Nick perfected his sales pitch. Hello, my name is Nick Vujicic. I'm a motivational speaker who talks about bullying, self-esteem, dreaming big, and never giving up. The gig he scored on his 53rd try was a 2-hour drive away in front of 10 people and would only last for 5 minutes. On his way home, he felt like a failure. But the next morning, he received a surprising call. Another school wanted him to speak to their students about bullying for 20 minutes and in front of 500 students instead. This time, it was worth it. Now, let's get to know Nick Vujicic more through these 14 things he did not know. Number 1, he started his own non-profit organization. Nick Vujicic is the founder and president of Life Without Limbs, an international non-profit organization. He's had a lifelong faith and started his evangelism career at 17 by speaking to a group he attended for prayer. Nick also works as a motivational speaker, sharing his story and encouraging others with life-challenging conditions to overcome their adversities. Number 2, Nick is founder of not just one organization but 2. In 2007, Nick Vujicic founded a company Attitude is Altitude. As AIA says, attitude is a choice. The aim of this company is to inspire people to be passionate about life and give them some hope for a world that is constantly changing. It is a movement dedicated to empowering people and assisting them in making transformative changes in their lives through motivational speeches and resources. They are currently accepting memberships. Number 3, he is an award-winning author. Vujicic has written and published several inspirational books. In 2010, he released Life Without Limits, followed by both Your Life Without Limits and Limitless Devotions for a Ridiculously Good Life in 2012. Unstoppable, The Incredible Power of Faith in Action in 2013, and Stand Strong and Love Without Limits in 2015. His most recent book, Be the Hands and Feet, Living Out God's Love for All His Children, was published in 2016. Number 4, several of his books are available in different languages. Nick loves the idea of being able to reach both the big and little people throughout the world. He longs to leave a message of hope that spans all countries and languages. To do this, 8 of his books have been translated into 30 languages so far, and he sold over 1 million copies. Number 5, he is an international speaker and motivator. The native of Australia has traveled to countries all across the globe. Despite the fact that he does not have arms or legs, he keeps moving forward and never gives up. He has a mission and a calling and works hard to fulfill them. Nick does not greedily focus on himself. Instead, he shares messages with those hurting in the world that Jesus Christ loves them. Nick has spoken in 69 countries throughout the world. Number 6, he has been a guest on several television shows and in magazines and newspapers. In the past 3 years, Vujicic has made guest appearances on popular TV news shows like Oprah's Life Class, The 700 Club, and CBS Sunday Morning. He was also named a person of significance by Christianity Today magazine in an elite group under the age of 33 who are shaping faith in America. Number 7, he did not always have a positive outlook in life. Nick shared that as a child he had struggled with sadness and depression and did not understand why he was different from other children. He had tried to kill himself when he was younger by jumping off the porch. However, He found out at the age of 13 that he was proximal femoral focal deficiency of his left leg, which is what causes his disability. Now Nick lives a life that is more meaningful than before with this disability, and it has not only helped him better himself but also improve his family's quality of life. Number 8. Nick, who is challenging his limiting beliefs, show us that we should challenge our own. It is amazing the things we may once considered impossible. Just take a look at what Nick has been able to do in his life. He's had his fair share of barriers to cross and hurdles to overcome, many self-imposed. Once he realized he was given a precious gift in life, that dream could come true. After hearing his motivational speeches, there are many people who were once feeling down about their own situations that realize their attitude was holding them back. They decide it's time to challenge the limits they have imposed on themselves, and they change their attitude to open up options for themselves. A young man with such ambition and drive, and it can't be wrong when you know your ambition starts with your attitude. Number 9. Nick has several lessons to teach. You can find many informative videos of Nick on YouTube. You can also purchase motivational books and videos from his website. He has a lot to say about attitude and how this affects our perspective on life and the actions we take. Everything we do in life is a cause and effect situation. If we don't have faith or confidence in ourselves, our actions will reflect that, and they can actually work against us instead of working for us. We are all in this thing called life together, and Nick shows us that life is much better when we work together to help each other out. Additionally, Nick's company provided templates so that I could design custom landing pages and donate them to nonprofits as part of the launch. Number 10. You can catch him on YouTube. Did you know that Nick offers tons of motivational inspiring materials, including videos and other samples? All you need to do is type in Nick Vujicic on YouTube and various videos will appear. If you want to be uplifted or find new tips, he has a lot of great information. Number 11. Nick's abilities may surprise you. Nick Vujicic is a determined guy with many notable talents. In one of his videos, Nick is on a trampoline and he's doing backflips without arms and moreover no legs. What a remarkable feat! He can't do it for just himself but for us too, many of us who possess both arms and legs. Nick has also mastered the art of commanding attention from large crowds. When Nick speaks, the majority listens. Number 12. The world needs more people like Nick. Nick Vujicic might be different from other people in some ways, but he still has the same needs as any human does. That includes good days and bad ones. But one difference is that Nick chooses to live positively and not focus on his limitations. He makes the most of what he does have. He has food and shelter but also a loving wife and family, a meaningful life that involves helping others, and a morning motivation in his purpose-driven day. His rich and rewarding life highlights everything that matters to him. Number 13. Nick Vujicic is doing his part to serve humanity. Regardless of whether you share a similar belief system to Nick's, it's undeniable that he has a powerful message of hope. His message is relevant to people from all kinds of beliefs because it teaches us that we have power over our own lives and can overcome many limitations that are holding us back in life. All we need to do is decide to make the changes ourselves, and happiness is possible no matter what situations and experiences we've had. For this positive message of hope that Nick gives the world, thank you. Number 14. He has a purpose. It is hard not to listen when Nick is speaking. Even if you might be feeling a little hopeless in your life, there's something very compelling about his words and the way he tells stories. It can be tough to argue that your life is any worse than all of us who have functional arms and legs, and Nick is telling us that there's always hope for us. His disability has opened many doors for communication, which is one of his many purposes in his life. Today, Vujicic has spoken to 35,000 people across the globe without spending any money in marketing. The doors just keep opening and he never ceases to amaze. It is wonderful to give back to the world, but what we must understand is who we are with the people around us first. Have an attitude of gratitude, be thankful for what you have, accept what you can't change, but change what you can. That's it for this video, Manna member. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we have delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person as a token of your appreciation for the hard work you put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you will start to see results. See you soon.